Hello guys, how are you all doing? I hope you're all doing pretty awesome, and I'm also doing really fantastic here in my village. As you can see, I have come to my field along with my grandfather, and he's doing some kind of work, as you can see there. So in this video we are not going to talk about any techniques or methods to improve or to escalate our English, but of course we are gonna talk in English, and that is gonna be a situational language, whatever I'm gonna describe in this video. For example, if you do not know how to describe the things about farming or harvesting any crop, then this video is going to be very useful for you all. So I highly recommend you all to watch this video till the end. So because in this video you're not going to learn any kind of a techniques, but you can learn situational language and situational words that you can use in your future conversation. So just do one thing, just sit and watch this video and enjoy the beauty of this nature as usually, like every day I'm uploading, like every time I'm uploading in my channel. So in that way, try to watch this video. So here, why did we come? Here we have come to harvest our crop. Which crop? It is sesame seeds. I think you all might have heard about sesame seeds. Okay, so we have come, my grandfather and I have come. Of course I'm not gonna put my hand on any plant because my grandfather knew how much knowledge I have about these plants and about this farming. So that is why he directly told me, you do not put hand on these plants because you do not know which plant to pull out. So that is what he told me, and I said, of course grandpa, I'm not gonna do anything, I'm just gonna shoot a video, that is it. So then he said okay, then he said carry on. Yes, so I'm just recording video in front of him, and he is completely involved and he's completely occupied in his work. Now he doesn't even care about what am I doing here. Okay, so that is what he is doing. So these are the sesame plants. I will definitely show you after a while. Let me just describe one thing about these sesame plants. Actually, these are drought resistant plants. They do not need plenty of water. Even if there is a little water, they can grow and they can sustain any hard weather. Actually, they grow in a warm season. Especially this summer season is the best season for these sesame seeds. So that is why my grandfather just sowed these sesame seeds in his field, and we got a plenty of plants here. As you can see, we are gonna harvest all these things day by day because he is gonna work only one person. He is the only one person who can do this harvesting, right? So that is why it's gonna take up a little bit of time. Little bit of time means a couple of days. It may take a couple of days since he is the only one who is gonna involve in this type of work. So that is the reason why. Okay, now if we talk about the sesame seeds, I do not know how to pull them out because I did not have any idea like what kind of a plant do I have to pick up, do I have to pull out. I asked my grandfather, and then he explained like once the plant turns into yellow or a red, then it is ready to be plucked out. So this is what he said. Okay, once the leaves or the pods, I will show you the plant completely, then you will get to know. At first or initially, I did not have any much knowledge about this plant. I asked directly my grandmother for the first time like what kind of a plant it is. I did not know about this plant because there are some kinds of pods here. As you can see, here you can observe there are some flowers to this plant, and there are some pods as well. In those pods we will get to see the sesame seeds. I cannot find here any pod. You can call it any pod or a capsule. Here you go. This is a pod. Actually, this is called a pod, or it is called a capsule. This is where we find sesame seeds. I'm plucking it out. Do not tell my grandfather because he will definitely get furious. Okay, so this is the pod actually, and I don't think we have to pluck this out. We can't pull this plant out because it is green. It hasn't turned out into yellow or either red color. So that is why it is not eligible. Okay, it is not eligible to that quota. So we can't pull them out. So this is how the sesame plant looks like exactly, and as you can see, this is the pot, as I told you before. And if I split it open, then you will be able to see this. I just split this pod open, and you can see these are completely raw. This pod has not been ripened, so it can't be plucked out. We cannot do that. So this is how exactly the pod looks like. I wondered how they were arranged so closely and so tightly inside this pod. I got to know about this field and about this particular plant when my grandfather explained me each and everything in a crystal clear way. So there he is, my grandfather, and you can observe some ladies as well in another field. They are also plucking them out, these plants. Okay, so they are just looking at me as if I'm doing something. They do not know I'm recording a video. So this is what I'm doing here. I'm completely nervous here, as there are so many people around me. I'm just watching around them. This is my grandfather, and he's completely involved in his duty, and he's just plucking all those plants and just piling up them in a tub or in a bucket. You can see there. So after plucking them out, what we have to do, we have to follow so many steps. Okay, I will explain you. First step is, after piling them up or after stacking them, we have to gather them together, and we have to bundle them, and then we have to just spread them out under the sun. And this is the first step that we have to follow. After they got dried up, then they should be cleaned out thoroughly without any dirt or anything or any waste particle or something. There would be like a dirt on the sesame seeds, right? So that must be removed before we are gonna spread it out. After again we have to spread them out on any plastic cover or any plastic sheet under the sun, so that they will be completely dried and they will be eligible to use, or they will be completely utilized by everyone. So this is how we make sesame seeds. It is not a simple process. It's a very intricate and complicated process that we have to undergo, and obviously it takes a lot of time and lot of energy and lots of patience as well. As you can see, my grandfather has bent down and just pulling them out. We have to be so patient, right? He is very patient in this matter. He has been doing farming as an occupation since many years. This is his identity. He is not just a farmer, he is a very hard worker. That is what I really like about him. Just look at him. He is not even talking with anyone. He's completely and silently doing his work. But when we talk about us, we get distracted easily when we do something. Am I right? Just take an example of studying. When we start studying, we just take a look, or we feel like we urge inside that we should take a glance at our mobile or any notification. If we get a notification sound, we always get distracted or disturbed. This is how we exactly feel. This is what we actually do. But when we talk about our grandparents, they are not like that. They do not even know about this technology and about these mobile phones, and even about television as well. They do not know how to turn on television. How beautiful they are, how innocent they are, how naive they are, how hardworking they are. They are really like a diamonds. They are really like a diamonds on earth. So we have to preserve them and we have to respect them. So that is why I always love my grandparents. I always respect them with my whole heart completely. Whenever I come here, I just try to spend my time with my grandparents as much as I can. So this is what I wanted to tell all about this crops and about harvesting and everything. So as you can see, it is a beautiful scenery. So it's going to be a feast to everyone's eyes, and of course there is there is no need to say like villages are paradise on earth, because villages are directly proportional to the nature, right? So wherever we go, we get to see the greenery around us. In our vicinity, there is a much, there is a full of greenery there. So that is what all I wanted to say. And here also there is a temple, Lord Shiva temple. It's a very big temple and very famous temple in my village. So you can see there, you can see that. So this is the whole view, guys. I don't know how you guys feeling and how you guys experiencing this type of videos. And yes, I am getting a lot of comments like do this type of vlogs as long as you are staying in your village, and this type of videos. As you can see, our grandmother, she is, and she is just looking at me. That is why I'm laughing, and I guess she is just wondering what this girl is doing, why she is just talking like a blah 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 like this. Okay, I don't mind. I will explain her later. Okay, so this is all about the video. I feel like explaining more and more. Yeah, I forgot one thing about these sesame plants. You know what? When we talk about these plants, they are very, very good, yaar. Why? Because they do not have to be cared so much. My grandfather is not watering these plants for so long. So long means it's been a 2 or 3 weeks, more than 3 weeks or more than 1 month. I do not know particularly. Okay, but one thing I can say is these plants do not require plenty of water, only little water, as I told you before. I was just wondering, and I was just thinking, and I was just knocking my head against the wall, like, does any plant exist on the earth which does not require water, especially when we are cultivating, especially in this in this bountiful amounts of amount of crop, or I can say farming, when we are doing this type of farming. I just got wondered when they said like this, they do not require water. I was like, oh my god, yes, still there are so many plants which do not require which do not require our care actually, but still there are so many crops, or some kind of a plants which needs water. Every time we have to water them. If we do not water, they will definitely die, or they will definitely wither away, right? This is what happens actually to the plants, because they are very fragile, and they are prone to this type of very like a sunny weather. Or if we talk about the weather here, it is very roasting. It's roasting and boiling, and whatever you can say, it's literally roasting us every single day. Of course, we are staying in a village, but still we are getting boiled over with that sun every single day. There you can see some girls in front of the temple. They are trying to fetch water. Yes, and it's a dime a dozen in villages that you find girls often fetching water from the bore well to their home. They carry those water either in a bucket or in a any utensil. They carry utensil from their homes, and then they carry all these whatever the vessel, they carry some vessels, and then they just walk along or walk back to their homes with that water. So this is how they work here. I just wonder if I can even lift that vessel of that water with my hands. This is what I always feel, because I do not have that much energy. But these people are really great here. No matter what kind of work they do, but they are always energetic, but they are always passionate about what they are doing. They never feel underprivileged. They always feel privileged, and they always utilize whatever they have. They utilize the resources they have here. They do not just run after what they do not have. They do not feel down in the dumps every single day that I do not have that, I do not have this, like we people do. I do not have that kind of environment to learn English, but here they do not come up with this type of complaints or excuses. They always be ready to do any kind of hard work. So we should also be like that. We should stand against all the storms when we are learning something new, or when we are in the way to get something, or when we are in the way to achieve something in our life. So be strong, just like my grandfather, and be positive about everything. Whatever the result, you will definitely get a positive result, but make sure you are positive, and make sure you're also just patient enough to get positive result. Then if we give ample time to whatever we are doing, then of course obviously we will get, there is no doubt about it. So I think I should wrap up this video now. I wanted to say many things, but I don't think it will be a short video, it will be a very lengthy video. So I'll catch you in my next video. Till the time, please keep on shining and keep on smiling and keep on imbibing fresh air around you. Okay, bye bye.